Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to another episode of this Piscean Reports. How's everybody doing? Hopefully, as always, you guys are having a good night. For those of you new to my channel, welcome aboard. For those of you who are returning, welcome back, you guys. Welcome back. Okay, so I decided to draw some cards for you guys. I wanted to do, I guess you could say it's actually a combination. I was gonna say we could do a little tarot, but it's a combination here today. And I'm so excited because I had purchased a new deck of cards. So excited, and I love the messages that it gave for you guys. So I was like, you know what, let's go for it. Let's go ahead and do it. Okay, so I decided to start with the love cards first, okay? And what came after that is very interesting, very interesting. As I drew from the Romance Angels deck, you guys had the card of trust. You had the card of letting go of control issues. Hang on just a second. Hold on. There. I don't know if this is going to make a difference or not. The light was kind of far away. So hopefully that helps. And then the third card you guys had was forgiving and learning. All right. So I'm going to say this. When I drew, normally I draw my cards in the upright, but it was very interesting because as I was shuffling the cards, the card of trust spun, okay, and it landed almost in a downward direction. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with that. So the feeling that I have here, I don't think this is necessarily just. And I want to say that as well. Yes, I did draw the love cards, but as I drew the cards, I said, what messages do you have for the collective, and I just say as it relates to love, but here's what I'm going to say. I can say that this message here can relate to any area, okay? It initially came out thinking love, and for some of you it very well can be, but it can also resonate, not resignate. Yeah, we're all gonna leave. We're gonna resonate. It also resonates with other areas in your life. Okay. Now, seeing trust fall almost damn near in the reverse. I want to say that someone has either, I'll say, disappointed you. Okay, in some way. Can it be in love? Sure, absolutely. But like I said, this could be anybody. Take it as it resonates for you. Okay. I feel one of two things. Either someone has betrayed your trust in some way, and like I said, that's when I think, you know what, this could be a family member, this could be a friend. A friend betrayed your trust. Someone that you thought would either keep your secrets or would never take something from you, interfere in your life in some way, has done so and betrayed your trust. It could certainly be family. You may have taken someone in and you thought that this person would never, do anything to you. It's family. Well, we're family, and whoops, they did just that. Okay. So, and this could either be a situation where someone betrayed your trust, or because someone has betrayed your trust, the card of trust fell in the reverse, indicating that maybe you have trust issues. You know what I mean? As I drew, looking at trust and then letting go of control issues. For some of you, I could say someone has either betrayed your trust, and if it related to love, then I would say that there's someone who betrayed your trust and is, having difficulty letting go of you. Okay, letting go of control issues. Okay, maybe you broke up with someone and they don't feel it's over as far as they're concerned in their mind, that type of thing, you know. You have forgiving and learning, though. Forgiving and learning, which I was like, okay, I love that. That's beautiful. Forgiving and learning. Okay. I feel like this is spirit saying, you know what? You may never have thought that you would ever find yourself in a situation where someone betrayed your trust. You know, hold on a sec. I'm sorry. Hold on. But yeah, maybe you found yourself in a situation you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe I never thought, you know, my cousin would do that to me, or my best friend would do that to me, or someone I loved would do that to me. Okay. You know, we don't always expect, if it relates to love, we don't always anticipate, you know, coming across a situation where someone, you know, is afraid to let you go. You know, not even afraid, they just don't want to let you go. You know, you never thought you'd find yourself in a maybe a narcissistic situation, that type of thing. You know what I mean? In which case it's like, okay, maybe you have trust issues or something, and the universe is, you know, because someone, and the universe is just letting you know that this person is not, even though they may have betrayed your trust in some way, they are not willing to let go of you. Okay, maybe someone feels they're not finished with you, they're not done with you, you know what I mean? And in which case this could be a situation where you may have walked away, and now I see the forgiving and learning card. Seeing that, I feel like the universe is saying, you know what, even though you probably thought to yourself, man, I just never thought I would, you know, be in a situation like that, the universe is saying, you know what, don't be so hard on yourself. Okay, you know, a lot of times people never, you know, we tend to see people, we, how do I say this? You know, I'll say it like this. You know, Chris Rock always talked, you know, did a little stand up, and he said that when we meet a person, we don't, at first, we don't necessarily meet the person, we meet their representative. Okay, and if this relates to love, maybe you met their representative. You saw what was being presented to you, and you assumed that that's what that was, but ultimately it turned out it wasn't. Okay, and I feel like the universe is just saying, you know what, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. It could have happened to anybody. It happens to people every day, you know. You encounter, you know, narcissistic energy, you know, and you just never in a million years, because it's such a common word, you know, narcissism. And I used to hear it all the time, and I would think, you know, I don't even know what that is. I can't even imagine, you know, entertaining something like that, and being someone myself who has learned that, yeah, you know, you don't always encounter a person, whoever's being presented to you. I don't even know how to say this right, I'm sorry. You guys get what I'm saying. You know, people don't always present themselves to you exactly as they are. You know what I mean? It just happens. So the universe is saying, don't beat yourself up about it. It could happen to anybody. So just, you know, don't let it be. You don't beat yourself up about it. Forgiving and learning. Forgive yourself. Okay. Look at that as a learning lesson. Now you know going forward, you know, to be more cautious. You know, not necessarily guarded. There's a difference between being guarded, you know, per se, because when you're guarded, you tend to shut down, and you're like this, and whoever comes at you, you're like, what do you want? And this and the other thing, and da da da. You know, the universe is saying, you know, learn the lesson, and then, but, you know, it's okay. It's okay. You learned a lesson. I keep telling you guys, this is a school. We all come down here to learn lessons, right? And grow from them. That's the important thing. It's one thing to, you know, have a situation where somebody either, you know, betrayed your trust, or as a result of someone betraying you, you now have developed a trust issue or something like that, you know. someone, like I said, letting go of control issues. Maybe someone is just, if you are involved in a narcissistic relationship, and it could be narcissistic family members can do the same thing. You would think, we're family. How could you do that? Okay, but a narcissist is a narcissist. They don't give a damn. They will abuse family. They'll abuse friends. Or so-called friends. They don't think like everybody. You know what I mean? They're narcissists. They're having, it's a mental thing. You know what I mean? And they're not thinking like normal people who would just like meet someone and want to try to get to know them, and that type of thing. Or if it's family, who say, blood is forever, and that type of thing. A narcissist is a narcissist. You know what I mean? And I saw something a while ago about a woman who was in a narcissistic family, and I know a young lady too that I had read about. She was a victim of a narcissistic family. She was always going to be the bad one. And it sucked because as she went out, narcissistic families a narcissist tends to rally the family around them and to try to make the other person, aka the collective, look bad. You know what I mean? So take it as it resonates. I feel the universe is saying, if someone has betrayed your trust, and clearly there's someone here who may feel like, even though you have walked away with letting go of control issues, someone may have trouble letting go of you. But nevertheless, the universe is saying, walk away, learn the lesson, and forgive yourself. You didn't know, it's not your fault. Okay, if someone doesn't present themselves fully, they're presenting what they want you to see. It's whatever you want is what they're going to be. Bottom line, that's that narcissistic trait. Whatever you want them to be, they're going to be it. You know what I mean? And you don't find out the real them until after the fact, when it's too late. So forgive yourself. The universe says don't beat yourself up about it. These things happen. Okay, we all came down here to learn and grow our souls. Okay, so just learn the lesson, move on, and I love that. I love seeing that. So after I drew that, I said, I went to tarot and I said, what's the next right action for the collective? I love it. You got the Three of Pentacles here. You have the Four of Swords. And you have the Knight of Pentacles. When I see the Three of Pentacles, I see the universe saying, I said, what was the next right action for the collective? Focus on work. So you can, you know what I mean? If you're having a difficult time of things, the universe says, there's so much that you can, put your focus on, to think about, to draw your attention away. It's not necessarily I'm not trying to say use a coping, method or something like that. This is the universe saying, well, you know what? You can throw yourself into work. Maybe the Three of Pentacles, this person here is doing something that she looks like she's enjoying doing a hobby. This is a hobby for her, or craft, something that she loves doing. So this is the universe saying, well, why don't you could be starting up, for some of you, starting a new project. I feel like putting yourself in work, or putting yourself into a project, putting yourself into a business. You can put your energies somewhere else as you are healing. Okay, you got this person meditating. I love it. So the universe is saying, you can put yourself into work, you can meditate, you can exercise, whatever. I look at that, and that's definitely, this person is definitely healing. Okay, is focusing on healing themselves, right? And you see the swords, and I love that. You see those three swords sitting at the top. The Three of Swords itself is normally that card of disappointment or heartbreak, or, something a painful lesson. Okay, forgiving and learning, forgive. Okay, you learned a lesson. It might have been a painful lesson, but it's a lesson nonetheless. So the universe is saying, you know what? Work on healing. Take this time out to work on healing your soul, healing your heart, healing your spirit. Meditation. I love that. You could do some yoga. That's fabulous as well, and it's good for you. Stretching and moving and keeping yourself healthy, and you know what I mean. I love that. So focusing on your health, focusing on your wealth. If it's not even wealth, just focusing on doing something that you enjoy doing. Okay, what were you doing before you encountered this person? Okay, focus on that. Put your energy into working on a project. This is a new. I will say this. I don't think I've ever said it before. I was going to say, I've always said, no, I'm going to say this now. If I haven't in the past, I'll say it now. This is a new day and age, okay? When I was coming up, the thing you could always just work a job. It doesn't matter, work a job. They're taking all this, Social Security money from you, and just work a job. And then when you get to a certain point, you can cash in and, relax the rest of your life. That day is no longer with us. Okay, this is a new time, a new age. They're still taking the money, but I feel like it's more smart to invest your time and your energy into doing something you love. Maybe you could turn something you love into a business. You see what I mean? So I feel like the universe is like, focus on channel. Ask the universe, what are you good at? What can I do? What, you know what I mean? Like. What am I good at, Spirit? Show me. You'll be very surprised. I love when they do that. I was very surprised to find out what gifts and talents I had, and I feel like this is a universe saying to you, you've got certain gifts within you. You've got talents. You've got talents from other that you have learned, and skills that you have learned from previous lifetimes, Tap into that, Ask the universe, what are my gifts? What are my skills? Maybe if this was a love situation, maybe you're single now, and it's like, okay, what can I do now? If this was a family member or a friend who betrayed you, okay, well, let me move on from that. Let me focus on something else. What is it that I'm good at? What can I do? Where can I put my energy and myself in? How can I feel like this is a time of rediscovery, rediscovering who you are. Okay? Forgive, let go. Somebody may have trouble letting go of you if you're involved in a narcissistic situation, a narcissist, whether it be family member, friend, lover. Somebody may letting go of control issues. Somebody may be having trouble letting go of you, but you are, have let go of them, and the universe is saying, very good job, well done, you've learned. Okay, now forgive the situation, forgive yourself, and now let's focus on you again. Let's get back into you, rediscovering who you are before you encountered a person. Okay. And with the Knight of Pentacles here, I love seeing that as well. I feel this is the universe saying, you know what, take your time. Okay. Take your time, especially if you are now healing. This is not a time to jump back into a love situation. If it had to do with love, you don't want to just throw yourself back out there. When I was coming up, there was that saying that said, out with the old, in with the new. You know what I mean? I knew someone who, if it ended with somebody, they just jump right back out there, and they'd be back out there at the club, and they would come back and tell me about it. I used to work with this young lady, and I was like, wow, that didn't take long. She's like, girl, please, I ain't got, da da da. So, some people that used to be in that mindset, you know what, out with the old, in with the new. I'm just going to jump out here. I found you. I'm going to go find somebody else, and boom. And I feel like this is the universe saying, take your time. Take your time. Focus on you. Focus on your health. Um, I have been hearing the last few weeks that health is wealth. Okay, so and I see a lot of people. This is that time of year. We winter. Praise the Lord is over in my area, and everybody's getting out and they're walking or they're running or they're, you know what I mean, and getting back into some kind of health routine. So I feel like the universe is saying, you know what? Try to figure out this is let's return to you. Okay, this is that time to return to you, who you are. What do you want? What do you like? What did you like to do before you met that person? What do if you're not sure, if you say, well, I wasn't really doing anything out there, I was just kind of existing. Okay, this is that time to tap into it. If you're spiritual, you know that the Most High is there. Your angelic team is there for you. Okay, all you need to do is ask, show me, what did I do? What did I know before? And allow things to take place. Okay, but take your time in healing. That's just the advice. Take your time. Okay, now, and I love, like I said, and you had this on the bottom here, the card of Temperance. Let me see. No, I don't want to put an energy on this. I mean, you certainly could be, this advice and this message could be for an earth sign person, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I could definitely put that out there. But bottom line, this is a time of healing. Okay? Tapping into that energy. Use pain to feel your purpose. Turn pain into purpose. Look at they're beaming, they're glowing. This is taking pain and turning it around and using it as fuel. Fuel for fire, getting back into what you love. I love seeing this person working late at night, working on a project that they love. That's awesome. Love that. Now, so I got the new deck. This deck is Spirit Walker Oracle cards. So I shuffled the cards and I said, okay, what messages the Spirit do you have for the collective? Okay. I love it. Your first card, you have Heartbeat Drum. You got Heartbeat Drum. We'll put it right there. Heartbeat Drum. The bottom message says, have faith and don't stop. Okay, so if there's anybody out there who may be feeling, maybe you're in that space of hurt and disappointment, maybe you're in a space of anger, the universe is saying, don't give in to that, don't give in to the pain, don't give in to the hurt. Okay, use it as fuel. Okay, oh God, I hate what happened, good Lord, and it's a lesson. Listen, it's a lesson. Learn the lesson. Okay, focus on that. A lot of people have trouble with that, and because they have issues with turning that pain, they don't know how to manifest it. Use it like it's like an energy ball. That pain is like some energy ball. Okay, let me shape it, let me mold it. They don't think that. A lot of people's thought is, okay, I'm gonna pay you back, I'm gonna do that, and it never goes good. It never ever goes good when you do that. Okay, so the advice from Spirit is to, have faith, don't stop, learn that lesson and then move on from it. Don't just sink into that. Okay, learn from that pain, shape it, take it, shape it, shift it. Okay, what can I do with this energy? Well, I could take this energy and I could channel it into a new project. I could take this hurt and I could channel it into a song. I could take this hurt and maybe that's that thing that motivates me to just pick up and go, and go somewhere else and start over, and you know what I mean. But use it. But the energy is here is don't stop. Heartbeat drum, beautiful. Don't give in to it. You have rhythm and pulse and life. Keep the beat continuously. Keep going. Keep moving. Okay. Don't let it. Don't succumb to the pain and the hurt, okay? Now, your second card, you have Mystic Heart. Let yourself go deeper. Look at that. I'm going to put it right there. Mystic Heart. Let me scooch it up. There we go. Let yourself, let me see, there it is. Is it? Nope, it's at the bottom. Let yourself go deeper. Okay. So, let's see. One of the words here I do see is feelings and emotions. Let yourself go deeper. And so I love that. Don't stop. Keep going. You know, use that, like I said, use that energy, okay, for a bigger purpose, a deeper purpose. Sometimes things happen that literally transport us into and catapult us into a whole nother direction. You know, and that's amazing. I love that. And this could be a situation where if you know, put your energies into, you know, turn that pain into passion, turn that pain into purpose, you know what I mean? And let it take you and move you to that next right action, you know? Don't be consumed by it. Don't be one of those people who go out and you know, seeking revenge and things like that. There's no reason for it. There's no purpose for it. It just doesn't make any sense. It's bad energy. It's bad juju, no matter how you look at it. Okay, and whatever situation's going on with you, the universe's advice is to take your time, you know, heal from it, you know, channel that energy into something and make it work for you. Make that pain and purpose work for you. Okay, your last card, and I could not believe it, and I love it. I am so glad, and I am never touching these cards. These cards are strictly for you guys because I don't want my energy on none of it. Your next card, you had Sunrise Promise. A new day is coming. Look at that. Let me see if I can scooch that up there. Sunrise Promise. Beautiful, beautiful energy on this card. Okay, a new day is coming. All right, don't wallow. Don't allow yourself, you know, don't let that whatever happened, whatever issue is going on in your world to consume you. Okay, all is well. All right, no, that is the universe. Just know that all is well. Okay, it may not feel like it right now, but trust and believe. Tomorrow, like Scarlett O'Hara said, after all, tomorrow is another day. And this is no exception. Tomorrow is another day. Okay? Sunrise promise, God's promise. Tomorrow's another day. Don't let that eat you up. Don't let it consume you. Move on. Okay? And then you've got take time for you. And I love that. So here you go. You've got this card here. What is this? Healing waters. You've got healing waters. Take time for you. Okay. And you had the Knight of Pentacles. Take your time. Take your time. You had the Temperance card on the bottom of the deck. So it's like, you know, I think the overall energy here is one of, you know, learn from it, grow from it, use whatever pain to catapult you to that next level. You know what I mean? So I love that. Very positive, very positive. So you may be, if you are out there and you are feeling some type of way, either disappointed in yourself or disappointed in a situation, no matter what it is, the universe is saying, all is well. Everything happens for a reason. We all came down here to learn lessons. This is just one of many lessons. Okay, so use that lesson. Okay, move on. Okay, well, that happened and that sucks, but now the universe is saying, you know what? Turn to us. This is that time. Turn to us. What do you need? What do you want? Well, I'm curious. What do I know how to do? I don't know what to do from this point out. Maybe you have a great job. That's terrific. Put your energies more into your job. Show up more. Show out more. Maybe you're going to somehow, because you are showing up more at work, it's going to ultimately benefit you down the road in some way. You never know. You never know. Okay. Okay, that is the message that I have for you guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, because nothing would make me happier than to let you guys know tomorrow is another day. I love it. I love it. A new day is coming. Dawn, fresh beginnings, optimism, daybreak. Love it. Those words right there. So beautiful messages, you guys. Everything's going to be just fine. Okay, there's never, ever, ever, ever a reason to act out in violence. There's never a reason to act out in hate. Even if someone else is, because someone else has been ugly doesn't mean that you should be ugly as well. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go. Like I said, I hope you guys liked it. Hit the like button if you did. And I will see you guys next time on the next video. You guys have a great evening. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.